Good morning, good morning, good morning. Did you guys miss me? How's it going, Harshit? Smran, is that Imran or Esmaran Kapoor? Zinmei, Ariza, we got our favorite Mongolians in here too. And we got Avi, oh man, everyone's here. Voice check by the way, you guys can't hear me, right? Right? Alrighty, let's just jump right into it, man. Let's just jump right into it. We can get acquainted live on camera. Oh man, there's nothing here. It's just me and a black screen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Why not, actually? Let's just do this. Boom. You guys don't need nothing else. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. All right, let's get the Mango playlist running, shall we? There we go. Oh shit. Is there an echo? Or are you guys good? Okay, we should probably get something shown on the charts. There we go. There we go. Don't mind this. This is just a trade that I handed you guys on a platter on YouTube, and no one took it. There were no views, no care, no follow-up, nothing. A simple, easy, good, like 50% move. Easiest trade of the cycle, in my opinion. No one took it. No questions about it. And I never ever will share a coin to you guys multiple times. I'll lay it out there for you guys. Boom. Full trade setup. Where to enter, where to exit, where to take profits. And never say that I don't give you guys free wins, because I do. I actually didn't mean to start with this, actually. I was just checking on my positions. This was the screen we were supposed to begin with. But, yeah, let's take questions. How's it going, Samuel? This is BNB's bull run. You know, it's so funny because at Mango, we're not following the fundamentals of any of these altcoins, right? We were just able to recognize strength on the charts using simple Mango principles and theory. And apparently there's some big narrative going on with BNB now. But remember, price leads narrative. I've been saying this for so long, for years now. Don't need to follow every single news event, every single narrative event. Just use Mango principles, guys. Simple. And you'll end up being on the right side of the narrative. You're like, oh, what do you know? I'm 50% up on my trade and now there's a narrative. Apparently, CZ's... I don't get the narrative. You guys can educate me on what's going on because I've been on vacation, as you guys know. I'm back, by the way. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. But I've been away and apparently there's something going on with BNB and Aster. I have no idea. But I'm making money, and that's all that matters. Let's have me try to pop out the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Harshit says, Sean, cover ADA. You always ask me about ADA. Okay, Harshit, I'm going to ask you right now. Is ADA the only coin that you're holding? Be honest with me, man. Be honest with me, because you've never asked me about it. I remember you. You may think I don't remember you, but I remember you. I remember all of you. In fact, I remember all of you. You guys may think I'm not keeping track of you guys, but I'm keeping track of I love you guys that much. Yeah. I love you guys that much. But Harshit, you've only asked me about ADA. Every single time he said yes. Knew it. Oh man. Okay, we'll cover ADA too, man. Is the lighting too? Me too. Where's the freaking lights thing? It seems a bit dark. I think it's this. Okay. Man, I'm having a bad headache. So I just flew across the world for you guys because the markets were pumping, and I landed like maybe 12 hours ago. I'm clearly jet lagged. The first thing I do, of course, is go to the gym. So I'm jet lagged and I'm tired because I just worked out. I'm here for you guys just to answer your questions, because honestly, so much has happened and yet nothing has happened. Right? It was the perfect. I actually planned my vacation based on our cyclical analysis as well, and everything played out perfectly. I'm not picking on Harshit, man. And Samuel, I think you are probably holding Cardano as well. Asta works great, by the way, making loads on it. What is it? Is it an exchange? I'm guessing it's something to do with that, because people are like kind of. I have no idea. I've been watching the chart though. I mean, I've been watching the chart since before. You know, it's so funny. I was watching the chart for a while and only recently, like a couple of days, found out it had something to do with CZ. It's a DEX. Okay, so let's just do a quick agenda for today. We're going to be doing a quick overview, a quick rundown, a quick recap of our cycle theory, our mango cycle theory, our 6-month cycle theory. We've been playing things in 6-month chunks, and we had a forecast of around, again, we're keeping it simple, my birthday, Kusha's birthday, so September, first week of September was when we were looking for the new 6-month cycle to begin. Of course, we aren't arrogant over here. We were leaving room for error. We could be wrong, etc., but we were playing all our positions based on the markets go up. And so far, things seem to be working out pretty well. So we'll be doing a quick review on this and how I see this playing out and what we could see after, right? It's moon now, full moon, says Samuel. Ben, my man! Oh, Ben is in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right back at you, man. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be going over the dashboard as well. And of course, we'll be talking Bitcoin dominance. And now, I haven't been doing updates for you guys over the past like 3 weeks on the YouTube channel, but the private seed community, we've been doing the seed clubhouse sessions. And so even though I was away, I made sure that we did do the seed clubhouse session. So if you guys are on the Mango Seed program, make sure to be keeping up to date with those videos, right? You do not, especially the one right before I left for vacation. That one, you guys cannot. Oh man, it is imperative that you guys watch that. Okay, this was a presentation of a thesis that I've been putting together for like months, and it is a positioning play for the next years to come, guys. I'm talking about 5 to 8 years. Okay, it is important that you guys watch that. I cannot emphasize how much, if you guys are on the C program, to stop everything else that you guys are doing and just watch that, and then you guys can do what you want with it after, but just watch it. That play already has made money. It has already made so much money, but there's way more to come over the years to come. Okay, so please don't because there have been, because of the birthday sale, there have been new seedlings that have joined the program, and I think some of you don't know about the private chat and where the seed clubhouse content is. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown of where you can find it in case you guys aren't aware. And again, you guys can reach out to me, Krisha, Mark, or even Avi to just help you guys guide, to help us, or Help us help you. So we can guide you to where you guys can find the content. But if you join our Discord and then you're given access to the private seed channels, you'll see all of these channels right over here on your screen. The seed chat, the seed golden nuggets. The seed golden nuggets is like a collection of really, really, really important market golden nuggets that you can use for the rest of your life. And right over here on the seed exclusive content, okay, this is where you'll find the recordings for the live seed clubhouse sessions. So whether you caught the live session or not, you can still watch it later. The recordings are posted here. And what you want to do is watch the one just before September 15th, I believe, right? Somewhere around there. So just there's a important, there's a summary underneath. So you'll find everything you need right over here. Okay. Ben, did you watch that stream? Did you watch that session? You be honest with me, man. Okay, MC says Bitcoin's big hedge, the insurance trade. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, MC. Appreciate that. So in the chat, if you guys can see the chat on the screen, you guys will probably see what MC just typed. The name of the Seed Clubhouse session is called Bitcoin's Big Hedge, the Insurance Trade, Seed Clubhouse 16th September. Okay, it was on the 15th. Okay, cool. Hey, I did get the date right. Ben says, nope, I've been really... Dude, you cannot be busy enough to have missed this, man. I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. All right, shall we begin? Shall we begin? Any particular questions besides Harshit's Cardano? Let's go ahead and put it up right now. Harshit, I'm going to put up Cardano for you right now, so that way I don't forget, because I tend to forget about these coins. Oh my god, man, it's still holding. It's still holding. So I can see how you guys are frustrated, but as long as it's holding this red box here, and in fact, as long as it's holding the monthly dynamic, don't stress, man. Don't stress. I mean, it sucks that it's your entire position. But we'll get back to this. We'll look at it on lower time frames towards the end of the stream. All right. I'm going to take a sip of Coke. My average entry is 1.8. Oh, shit. How did you do that? 1.8? What do you mean? How is that even possible, dude? Dude, that was 4 years ago, man. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I see. Okay, we're not here. We're not gonna I'm gonna be constructive with my words. Okay. Come be a seedling, MC says. Yeah, that's how, like, of course, I'm biased when I say this, but I'm also saying it for your own good. Like, people will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, minimum 50s of thousands of dollars. If you're in Canada, we get our education subsidized by international students, but it's so bad to say, but it's true. But if you're in America, you are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for your education and then getting nothing out of it after. But people will say, no, I will not educate myself when coming into the financial markets, even if it's only a couple of $1,000, and they will end up losing another $100,000 in the markets, right? So educate yourself first, and it doesn't need to be mango seed. Okay, it could be anything. You could honestly self-educate yourself if you're willing to be disciplined and structured. So I built mango seed because I found that there was nothing out there. There was nothing out there that was structured, fun, and actually targeted the essence of markets. And if you watch the Mango Seed program, if you guys are on the Mango Seed program, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about, because the way I teach it is completely different from what you guys see in other courses out there, right? Or anything on YouTube for that matter. So I had to go and pull concepts from so many textbooks, like I bought actual physical books. I watch a lot of videos too. I really put in the work to build something structured for you guys. But you can go and do all of that yourself. You can do all of that yourself. You don't need to go through the Mango Seed program. But you need to do one of the two. You need to educate yourself one way or the other. Either put in the work or find put in the work to build a structure for yourself, or go find a course that has put in the structure for you. But it is imperative that you educate yourself before coming into these markets. Do not think that you can enter these markets without any knowledge whatsoever and make a career out of this. Why would it be that you need to go and educate yourself for 4 years to get a software engineering job, but over here in the markets where you can make millions, right, you will not need an education? Does that make any sense? Right? If you think about it, if it was that easy, everyone would be a millionaire, right? No, you need to educate yourself. You need to put in just as much time, if not more, in my opinion, educating yourself on the market. So do not think that you can just, you shouldn't have been dude. Anyways, again, I want to be constructive about this. So let's talk about how you could have avoided this. Firstly, one of the simplest ways was to follow Mango back then, because Krisha was covering Cardano during this entire period. And at around 350-ish to 250-ish, she started turning bearish. And I believe around $2.50, she flipped, right? Based on how the mid-time frame trends changed, she flipped into neutral to bearish. And Krisha was on point back then. I remember her execution, etc. She was so in the zone, because she even put on that big short trade on Luna, right? Even though she got the call wrong initially and I got the call right, she made money out of it and I did not make money out of it. So Krisha was really in the zone, and following someone in the zone is so important, right? And she flipped bearish on Cardano around 253, around that phase, 250-ish to, I don't remember the exact dollar number, but what I do remember is the entire Cardano community flipping on her and hating on her, and giving her a lot of crap. And look how things turned out, right? So if you think about it, what did she do? Did she look into the on-chain analytics and the fundamentals, etc.? No, she doesn't know any of that. She doesn't need to know any of that, because it's useless. Even with Bitcoin, you don't need to know any of that. All you need is trend analysis as a risk management tool. That's all you need, guys. Trend analysis as a risk management tool, and you would have saved yourself of this entire dump. Going back to Bitcoin, what did we use? What did we use over here? Let's go back to the previous cycle, right? Same thing, guys. Okay, now my entire focus was on Bitcoin, because that's where, again, as a family, we manage the wealth using Bitcoin, right? And my entire focus was, what is Bitcoin doing? What is Bitcoin doing? What is Bitcoin doing? Was I watching on-chain? In fact, you guys know, if you guys were watching me back then, my view on the entire on-chain analysis narrative that was going on back then. All these guys, I can not going to hate on any of these on-chain analysts, but it was all a bunch of bullshit. They were all calling for higher based on on-chain, and I'm like, no, none of that is making sense. We'll get into the why later, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin lost key trend levels that we were using as invalidation for that cycle, okay? For that cycle. All I wanted for December, for Christmas, was a couple of things to play out for Bitcoin, and it did not work out. And we had to start flipping our stance from bullish to neutral to bearish, right? So we went bullish, and then December closed, we had to flip to neutral, leaning bearish, and then the next 4-day candle and the weekly candles played out. We're like, all right, cool, we're bearish, right? And that allowed us to avoid this entire thing. Now you might be thinking, okay, fine, Bitcoin is up, right? Bitcoin is up, so everything's fine, right? So Cardano is going to be fine as well. Yes, Cardano will be fine in the future. I'm pretty sure. I think there is meat to this project. I don't know anything about its fundamentals, but there's meat to it. But the point, guys, is that you could have, you don't need to sell your entire position. Even if you had sold 30% of your position on Cardano as a hedge against an event like this, okay, you could have used that 30% to buy the bottom over here. And then that 30% goes on, in Bitcoin's case, to do another 600%, right? That over multiple cycles, guys, has massive implications. And it's very, very important that you learn to capture those kind of moves. So going back to Cardano, we're going completely off script over here and off agenda, but at the very least, you should have been exiting right here, Harshit, until once the monthly dynamic was lost. There's no reason to be staying in the position. Rip the bandage off, take the loss, take the short-term loss, and the loss that is less painful in an effort to avoid this loss, right? So now you've kind of recovered some of it, which is good, but you can't be sitting through this, man. You can't be sitting through this. You had to, look at that, man. You had to sit through a 200% pump just to recover some of your losses. Okay, so hey Dylan, how's it going? And again, all of this can be self-taught. Right? If you're willing to put in the effort and build a structure for yourself, it can be self-taught. If you have the time, guys, you don't need to buy any course, nothing. In fact, all you need to do is you go into our Discord, and our Discord is free, by the way. Okay, so enter our Discord at themangoway.com/discord. There's a Mongolian named Sherwin who has put in the hard work, super hard work for you guys, where he's gone through all of the old live streams. I'm going to show you a screenshot, okay? And he has made highlights for you guys. This was back in the day when I used to do live streams far more frequently. Right here, right? And he's done like these summary kind of things and highlights and timestamps for you guys. So you guys can self-teach yourself as long as you're willing to put in the hard work. So all the content is out there for you. And this was what was Bitcoin saying? Was it Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin. But yeah. Krisha's in here too. Now, can it reach $8 this bull run? So you're just looking to break even, is what you're asking. Can it reach $8? I mean, it needs to break past this resistance zone, dude. Until it does that, I'm going to say, I don't know, right? Like, it depends on whether the market wants to bid it. But I think as long as it's living, this is what I can tell you, as long as it's living above 76 cents, it can get all the way to $1.18 to $1.55, right? That's what I'd be looking for it to do as a higher probability event versus it going down. If it loses this level here, if it loses 76, I think it can come all the way back down to maybe 47. But through a TA perspective, as long as it's living above here, it can get up to at least $1.60, right? $1.18 to $1.60, which is why it's important to understand these inflection points These inflection points are very important, because once you lose an inflection point, right, you have to get out of the trade, because the down move could be so deep that that inflection point is where you're going to find resistance if the market ever does recover up to it, right? You got to learn these things, guys. So for ETH as well, I'll show you guys how we use inflection points to figure out how to trade this thing, right? You guys can see, like, I had playoff points, bid up. Like, these are levels I marked out all the way in the previous cycle, right? And I played the same levels when we came back down to it. Like, I marked out this inflection point over here, okay, back in 2018. And then we played the same level on the way down in 2022. And that same playoff point right here came into play in 2025. These are key inflection points. And right over here, weekly level, close above here on the W, move up to 4K. Close above here on the weekly, and we moved up to 4K. It's not 100%, but it happens often enough where you can make money and manage your risk. That's the most important thing. These key points let you say, if I lose that level, I want out of the trade, because it's not worth sitting through these down moves. Okay, now let's get back on the agenda. How's it going, hens? Good to see you in here. We are going to begin with discussing our 6-month cycle thesis. Now, going all the way back to around 2019, we began to identify that Bitcoin was going through these like 6-month cycles of, like, I want to call them burst cycles, where it was far easier, it seemed at the time, to like discard this entire 4-year, 3-year Bitcoin cycle thesis thing and play the 6-month cycle. I'm not saying that the 4-year cycle is invalidated or not relevant. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying through a trader perspective, it was far more practical to not care too much about the 4-year cycle and focus more on the 6-month cycle within the 4-year cycle, maybe, right? But it was safer and more profitable to focus on 6 months, right? And coincidentally, this is a huge coincidence. The 6 month cycle happened to line up with Krisha's birthday and my birthday. Now, we first identified it based on Krisha's birthday because every time on Krisha's birthday, there was some huge market turbulence that gave us massive opportunity to either take profits or to buy the dip, right? And my birthday happened to be literally 6 months after Krisha's birthday. And we noticed that the markets were oscillating between these two key points. So recently what we did, right, around like 2-3 years ago, we started playing it more seriously, right? Like we started saying, okay, in 2019, we identified the 6-month cycle. Let's now, because we watched it play out multiple times, let's actually start trading around it. Let's start putting positions against it. I was working out more and more often. Like it was going really, really well. So we leaned into it this time around. And what I did for you guys recently was I marked out these zones, which happened to be my birthday. Rather, they were based on my birthday week, right? So right over here, you can see September 2023. Right over here, you can see it was September 2024. And right over here recently, before we actually, like we marked it out leading into August, right? Around first week or second week of August, I marked out this zone saying that this zone is going to be where we're going to be looking for Bitcoin to put in a cyclical low. Now, it could have been a cyclical top too. It could have been us taking profits into that level. But the way we played it was mid-August, we were looking for the markets to dump into that zone and us find a low somewhere in the first to second week of September, based on what we've been noticing over the past few years. And what do you know? Played out exactly the same way, right? Over here, September 2023, we saw a low into the first 2 weeks of September, got a nice run. September 2024, same story, got a nice run. And then we're looking for something similar somewhere around here. Now, we don't know if we're going to get a nice run again, But so far, so good, right, guys? Like, look at how things played out. If I zoom in over here, it was exactly the week of September that we put in that first week to second week of September that we put in that initial high low, right? And then at the end of the green block, this green box that I drew out, we put in the second high low right over here. And now it seems like we want to see continuation. Anywhere around 119,693, by the way, might be a good bid opportunity based on the weekly, guys. This is a clean horizontal that everyone's going to be having their eyes on. But remember, one of the plays that we've been playing successfully over here at Mango is that all these breakouts, it's been best to allow them to break back into the range where you can look for a high low within the range and then look for continuation. So while the rest of the market may be looking to bid this, and it's very tempting for me too because it's so clean, if you do get an opportunity at 115.9, let's say 116, I would say 118 to 116.762, those two highs over there, look for that to be tested and then a close above 119.481. That would be strong. Then we can look for the next big impulsive move. Now, from this juncture, right, what we have to do is look towards the next 6-month cycle, right? So we can mark that out from here to, let's say, somewhere around, of course, it's going to be March. Like, I don't need to mark it, right? We know. We don't need to measure it. That's what I meant to say. So we're looking for March. There. Somewhere around here. Okay. Now, I wanna talk about this. What does this mean? Does this mean that we're gonna like just moon from here to here? No, that's not what it means at all. When I say 6 months, when I say 6 month cycle, all I'm saying is that we're going to have a cycle starting from here to here. That cycle could be a down cycle. That cycle could be an up cycle. That cycle could be a sideways cycle. So I'm literally saying we could go up, down, or sideways in this 6 month juncture. It's not very helpful, right? It is actually, because it allows you to first say, okay, we are now beginning with a refresh slate of market positioning, where we're going to be having either liquidity entering or liquidity exiting, and then you use the rest of your analysis to figure out direction. So the way we are going to play it over here at Mango, based on things I will talk about in the weeks to come, in the days to come, the live streams to come, is that we are going to be looking for an up cycle. Okay, but now we know that we are early in this up cycle, which means we have a lot of juice up, right, to come. And understand that the best way to play this is essentially stating to yourself that I have one touch point here, I have one touch point here, and anything between this touch point and this touch point is this utter chaos. I got to manage the chaos using my technical analysis. Okay? Reading the chat quickly. I just joined. Sean's going over the cycles. Okay. Yeah. So anything that happens between these 2 points, guys, is pure chaos. That's how you start off. Then you say, okay, how do I manage this chaos? Well, the way we are going to manage it at Mango is using trend analysis, right? Because the markets could go like this, like this, like this, and then break trend. That is chaos, right? This is you saying, oops, we have broken trend. I'm getting out my positions over here, right? Because I don't know if we are going to do this, right? This is a touch point. We could go anywhere on this line. Bitcoin could hit any point on this line, right? We don't know how and where it's going to hit. So we are going to be using trend analysis to manage between this touch point and that touch point. It could also play out this way, by the way. It could break. We could have a market scare and then reclaim the trend line and then go up again, right? So then how do we play this? Well, we say, okay, we simply exit on this invalidation over here and then re-enter somewhere around here. Yeah, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose a tad bit if it plays out this way because you'll be selling somewhere around, let's say, 1 129 and you'll be re-entering at around 139, right? So a $10,000 spread, you're going to lose. But it's not going to matter if Bitcoin goes all the way up to $188,000, right? So going into this already, going into the 6-month cycle, I'm already saying that I'm okay. I'm okay if I lose out on a tad bit here and there. I'm okay not knowing exactly what Bitcoin is going to do. I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need to know. Okay? I have a plan of how I'm going to play. It's chaos. Okay? Now, this cycle has been a beautiful cycle because Bitcoin has had no chaos at all. It's been a clean, simple up cycle. And that's what's caught a lot of people off because everyone expected chaos. Everyone's been playing for chaos and we did not get chaos, right? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say everyone's been playing for chaos the way Mango plays for chaos, because we play for chaos, but we have a plan. And so that if there's no chaos, we capture the entire move. But if there is chaos, if there is this market volatility, we can protect ourselves. S. Moran Kapoor says, most important thing as a trader is to understand that it's okay to lose. Yeah, it's not just okay to lose. You must lose. You must lose. If you're not losing, you're doing something wrong. If you're winning every single trade, you are likely doing something wrong, right? Because a strategy no strategy is put in place where you're going to be winning every single trade. I think every trader needs to get comfortable not knowing what's going to happen. Right? It's kind of why that seed session, the seed clubhouse session from September 15th is so important for our long-term positioning. And I implore you guys again to please watch that session. It's good. Might be one of the most important seed clubhouse sessions that you'll watch for the next 5 to 6 years. It's called the insurance trade for a reason, because of this very idea. Best looking crypto guy says, this is a clinic which must be seen by your friends, so why aren't you clicking the like? Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. It goes way farther than you think, because the likes motivate me and Kusha to continue doing more and more videos. He says, no, when you are wrong, it's very important to be able to take losses. Yeah, like it's not even that you're wrong, right? Sometimes you're getting faked out, but you don't know if the fake out is going to lead to something serious towards the downside, right? Know that you don't know is far more important to understand as a trader, right? Being wrong is completely okay, but what people don't fully internalize is know that you don't know, right? Just know that you don't know anything in the short term. You have these long-term touch points where your thesis is constantly validated. You're like, okay, cool, things are fine. But between those two touch points, navigating that chaos is so important. And the only way you can navigate that chaos is by accepting the chaos, by saying, it's fine, I don't know what's going to happen. I have a plan of how I'm going to navigate it, right? Okay, there's far more that I want to discuss over here, but we can discuss all of that in the live streams to come. The few other things I do want to cover before we wrap up today's stream, so let's move on. Again, just to quickly summarize this thesis over here, is that we expected Bitcoin to put in a 6-month cycle low somewhere around the 1st to 2nd week of September. It played out to the freaking T, literally on the yellow vertical line. We put in a low, which is fantastic. everything's going according to plan, and now we're expecting price to continue. How high, we don't know based on this alone, but we do have targets based on our other technical analysis tools that we'll be talking about again in the weeks to come. We're looking for much higher targets, of course, but again, we reserve the right to remain flexible based on what we see. For now, things are going amazing. Our cyclical, I do want to talk about a couple of cyclical tools that we've been using for our long-term thesis, and one of the major ones has been the bi-weekly dynamic. As long as we are holding this beautiful, simple bi-weekly dynamic, again, the bi-weekly dynamic indicator was built by me to be able to quickly analyze market trends without putting in all the effort that I used to do manually back in the day. It was initially put together for me to quickly find the perfect trend on altcoins. I wasn't supposed to use it on Bitcoin. I told myself that I wouldn't because I didn't want to get lazy and complacent, but it was working so well that over time I incorporated it into my Bitcoin analysis as well. And then for this cycle, it has become like the core of my trading on Bitcoin, because it is just stupid for me to be egotistic and be like, no, I'm going to use all of my tools. Right? It was just stupid. I'd rather make money than be egotistic. And this has been too simple, guys. Okay. You don't need to overcomplicate it. We've been giving you guys the levels too. So even if you don't have the dynamic, we've been constantly giving you guys the levels. And this is the bi-weekly, so it doesn't change all that often. And it's been holding throughout the cycle. And as soon as we lose this, it's going to be the first key flag to say, hey, let's start paying attention, because we have a change in behavior over here. The bulls are no longer defending a key trend level that we've been following since, 2023, June 2023. So it's been, man, this trend has a chance to hold for 3 years. Like, if we continue into June, that'd be insane. A 3-year trend on the bi-weekly. Sean, did I get it correct that your short-term outlook to the downside is between the flat and no. Oh, you're talking about the thesis that we break back into the range. No, that's not what I'm saying. I do want to clarify that really quickly for you guys. Let's talk about that on the weekly. What I'm trying to say is that when you do have a breakout out of any range, okay, I'm going to draw it out for you guys, okay? Let's say you have a symmetrical, okay, and price oscillates between the levels, breaks out. The usual play is to bid the horizontal or bid the high low above the horizontal of the breakout points, right, which was here. Okay, my terrible arrows, but yeah, you bid this level and then you look for continuation, right? What I've been saying for this entire cycle is that if you get something like this and you get a breakout, you are you have a higher probability to play the trend versus playing the breakout level, in that you want to allow price to come into the range versus expecting it to bounce on the level, right? And this has been consistently been playing out for the past 2 to 3 years now, right? So you need to play your trade in that as long as these high lows are being maintained, I am fine, right? Yes, this visual structure of the pattern is important, but know that everyone else is going to get stuck over here on these trades, and they're likely going to be caught out, and then they're going to be chasing price again when it rallies to the upside. This has been playing out this entire cycle, right? So I'm not saying that price is going to come down. What I'm saying is, if you're going to be playing for price to come down, play for it to come down past the level, okay? Because price could just keep going up, right? I'm not saying that it's coming down. I'm saying if you're playing for it to come down, play for it to come down deeper. That's all, right? Do you understand what I mean? I know it's not, oh, he's not giving me exactly what I want to hear, but markets don't work that way, right? Okay, I'm glad that was clear for you, man. Okay, going back to the bi-weekly. The bi-weekly trend is clearly still intact. The bi-weekly trend has been intact for like 2.5 years now. That is ridiculous. In fact, one could say that it's been intact since here, right? Which is Jan 2022, right? So this sits in line with what I've been saying again this entire cycle, where you need to kind of, I don't want to say throw away, you got to use a combination of back testing and forward testing, in that you need to identify how your asset is trading in the current market environment. For example, it could have been following the weekly trend in the previous market cycle, but in this market cycle, it's following the biweekly trend, right? Or it could be following a completely different indicator altogether. For example, in 2017, just simply playing Ichimoku and just bidding the Kijun, bidding the Kijun, bidding the Kijun, bidding the Kijun was the play. But then you notice that, wait a minute, the Ichimoku is not a dynamic enough indicator to adapt to Bitcoin's ever-changing volatility, which is what I noticed, and I started using different indicators and the confluence of different indicators and volatility analysis together to be able to figure out where to bid Bitcoin. And that's kind of how we built the indicator too, right, eventually. So this puts it all together for us to figure out, okay, as long as it's holding these key levels, and we notice it's been following the bi-weekly trend, just keep following that. Just keep following that until we notice otherwise. And for now, note the levels down: $101,000, $101.673 to the upside of the dynamic indicator, and the downside of the dynamic indicator is coming in 95,500. Okay, note that down. Those are the two key levels of your dynamic zone that you want to follow. Kisha says, guys, just a quick reminder, the birthday discount ends this Sunday. Coupon code is BDAY2025/BDAY25 on all courses and indicators. I'll just put that down here for you guys. BDAY2025. Usually the coupon code would have been expired already, guys, but because we were on vacation for the past 3 weeks, it's still running because many folk did not know about it. So BDAY 2025 or BDAY 25, I believe. Either or should work. Try either or on all courses and indicators. Okay, so the biweekly dynamic is still holding, and as long as it's holding, well, our cyclical trade is still intact. The next thing that we want to watch is, of course, the monthly 10 SMA 21 EMA combo. Again, talked about it at the beginning of the cycle. I even posted a tweet about it. We're looking for the 10 SMA to cross over the 21 EMA and price living above the 10 SMA. The combination of all three factors: 10 SMA above 21 EMA, price above the 21 EMA. So price, 10 SMA, 21 EMA. That's how you want to see things, right? As long as that's holding, the trend is fine. The trend is fine. And like, as soon as we got that, guys, as soon as we got exactly that structure, right, 10 SMA above the 21 EMA and price above the 10 SMA, was when Bitcoin just continually held the 10 SMA, right? Kushan and I had a bit of a disagreement on that thesis back over here. But I'd like to say it worked out. It worked out well. So now, again, even that's fine. Like, there's nothing to worry about at the moment. Everything, it's kind of like, I talked to you guys about the touch point thesis for the 6-month cycle, right? Where I'm like, okay, between here and here, I don't know what's going to happen. But as long as I have everything going according to plan, I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to only change course or hedge or exit positions if we break the trend. Similarly, for the longer term cycle, the bi-weekly and the monthly play over here, you do the same thing, right? Be like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to stay the course as long as these trend levels are holding. And the bi-weekly is holding, and the 10 SMA, 21 EMA, and price above the 10 SMA combination is holding as well. Boom. We don't get cocky. We don't get arrogant. We just allow price to do its thing. Okay. And it's taken us from $17,000 all the way to $117,000, now sitting at $121,000. It's made us rich. Do you guys like being rich? Like, we've gotten rich by simply saying, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, imagine that. Just saying, I don't know what's going to happen. I have an idea and I'm going to play for that idea, but I'm not going to get cocky. I'm not going to get arrogant. Between now and then, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think I'm going to get rich. Oh, man. It's been good. It's been a good cycle. It seems like a whale selling Bitcoin. All right. He's dumping 1,000 Bitcoin just to not get liquidated? Explain that to me. So you're saying that he's short Bitcoin and he's afraid of getting squeezed, so he's selling into the market to apply selling pressure? Is that what you're saying, Roshan? ADA seems to be the worst top 10 coin, yet it's top 10. That's how well it did last cycle. I think for the COVID dump, it went down to 1 cent, right? Somewhere around 1 cent. And then at the end of the cycle, it was sitting at $3.60 or something. I say, think about the money made on just that one trade. What do you think about XRP? Still upside potential? Of course, man. Like, I think XRP folk are being the most unreasonable of all altcoiners. I see how Cardano folk can get frustrated, but XRP, look at this move, guys. Like, it's barely, it made such a huge move that you guys need to be okay with some sideways action, right? And it's still going up. You know what you guys need to do? Is just use the line tool, okay? Just use the line tool. Okay, I'm going to remove the indicators too, to switch on to the weekly. And you guys are fine. You guys are fine. Look at that. You guys are fine. Don't let all the candles scare you. This is just moving up. I'll tell you guys when you need to worry about XRP. Switch on over to your biweekly, okay? And I have this buy/bounce zone marked out for you guys. I'm gonna kind of, now I don't know anything about XRP's fundamentals, so I don't have any like long-term view on it based on its FA. All I can tell you is through a TA perspective, as long as it's living above the zone over here, I'm looking for further upside. It's as simple as that. Looking for it to, this red zone is, and I said this like a while ago, this is your buy/bounce zone, right? So until this changes, until we start breaking underneath $2.52, nothing changes for me. Nothing. You guys just need to be patient. Okay, just be patient. You don't know when it's going to come. But if you are constantly chasing the shiny red ball, you're going to miss the next big XRP move. Now, do I know whether it's going to be up or down? Again, I don't know. Chaos theory, right? As long as this is a touch point. This red zone here is a touch point. As long as it's living above this touch point, my thesis is that it's going up. If it breaks underneath this touch point, the next level I look towards is down $1.80, right? You play like this, you play the marks like this, you're always protecting yourself, whether you have a long-term FA thesis on XRP or not, period, right? It doesn't matter. This is why TA is so important, because it's protective. Tasty Soul says, what are your thoughts on the poor altcoin performance in the short term right now, daily/weekly? I don't think there's been poor altcoin performance. I think altcoins have been doing fantastic as long as you ascribe to the Mango thesis of playing altcoins, in which we discard the idea of altcoin season completely, right? We don't believe in the altcoin season, not because it doesn't exist, but because we lose nothing by not believing in it and gain everything by discarding it, right? We have everything to gain, nothing to lose by following the side here. What do I mean by that? At Mango, what we ascribe to is play the strong alts and the strong alts only, right? If an altcoin is not strong, you should not be playing it. If an altcoin is strong, you just play it. Like, you allocate. So I'll break it down for you guys like this. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is what we've been looking at throughout the cycle. And we said that as long as Bitcoin is on this upward monthly trend, we are going to be staying around 90 to 95% Bitcoin. As simple as that, okay? As soon as Bitcoin starts showing weakness on either weekly or bi-weekly, or preferably you won't be waiting for the monthly trend to break, but of course you can't wait for that, right? So as soon as it shows weakness, again, trend analysis, right? You switch that allocation from around 90% to 95% Bitcoin all the way down to 70 to 75% Bitcoin, right? So essentially you're increasing your altcoin allocation. That's the high level plan. Okay. So you're still saying that you're okay allocating up to 10% altcoins, correct? Okay, cool. If you are okay allocating up to 10% altcoins, which altcoins do you buy? Well, you buy only the strong altcoins, because there's no point if they're not outperforming Bitcoin and Bitcoin is doing this, right? It's going straight up. So you are constantly funneling yourself into coins that are performing extremely well. They don't need to beat Bitcoin because, again, Bitcoin's clearly dominating, but they need to be doing well enough to keep up to Bitcoin or at least dominate USD significantly. So you're never buying coins randomly, waiting for the big, huge pump. No, you're like, no, this coin is doing well, and I'm going to be getting into this coin because it's doing well. Okay, cool. So you get into things like XRP before it reached its top, of course. You use your TA to identify those squeeze points. Got into Ethereum at the right times too. Gone to BNB. Remember, we got in at what, 650 to 750-ish, and now it's sitting at around 1,300, and now all the attention is on it, right? We played Sui multiple times really, really well. Now it's consolidating, and we're still building a position on that one, but not as strong as our previous two big trades on Sui. We are playing strength throughout the cycle. And by the time you do get altcoin season and you do get a break like this, what ends up happening is that 10% that you allocate to altcoins grows to 15% suddenly because it's done so well, because you want strength. And then you're like, according to my rules, because it's altcoin season, or rather Bitcoin dominance has broken trend towards the downside, I can now allocate up to 25% into altcoins. So you can now add to your positioning, but you don't need to add all that much. You don't need to add all that much because your 10% altcoin allocation has grown so much, right? So you're in a position where like, oh, I'm already in a really good position. I can now start adding into more altcoins. But then you realize, wait a minute, this buying into strength thingy has worked out so well for me. I'm going to continue buying into strength. So you look for coins that are doing really well, and you realize, oh, okay, cool. I'll continue buying coins that are doing really well, and those go up too. So you just discard the idea of altcoin season, and you only you ascribe to the idea of buying strength. And even within altcoin season, guys, you're going to realize that the strong coins continue to be stronger than the laggards. It's always the case. So you don't need altcoin season. Okay, you just buy strong coins. So you identify that BNB is being strong. Like look at BNB this entire time, right? While the rest of the coins were showing weakness, BNB was like drifting up. This is a monthly chart, guys. Monthly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. BNB has just been going straight up, while the rest of the coins has been going sideways or down, right? So you can identify relative strength. I've been showing it to you guys on the dashboard too. BNB, I kept showing it to you guys over and over again. Like I kept hinting it to you guys. And no one cared, right? It was long across all the freaking trend, all the time frames. And the volatility was blue at the time. Blue volatility, green across the board, easiest trade ever. No one took it, right? And you don't need to win every single one. You just need to win like 1 in 5, like when you get a big win like this, especially based on position sizing. Yeah. So what do I think about the weakness in altcoins? I don't think there has been weakness in altcoins because you just need to look, you need to filter out the strong coins and then only look at them. And then you realize they've all been doing well. I think XRP2 has been doing pretty well. Like zoom out and has been doing pretty well. Yeah, the Sol trade too in the beginning, right? Like MC knows. MC's been here. MC's been watching. For those of you who are just new, I'll just give you guys a quick recap, but I don't want to sound like we are being too braggish, but in the beginning of the cycle at Mango, we identified that Sol was showing far more strength. I'm going to show you guys a chart so you guys can learn something. You can use this to learn, Use this to learn. You can see everything over here. Like these are our drawings. Look at that. Perfect. Anyways, damn. We identified right over here, guys, right over here, that Sol was showing far more strength than Ethereum. And we said that allocation of the 10 to 5% that you would have, at that stage, right, you weren't looking, because remember, this was all the way back in 2022, 2023. You were looking at only Bitcoin and ETH, also getting so thrashed. So people are like, okay, buy Bitcoin, buy ETH, right? So usually at Mango, we do 90% Bitcoin, 10% ETH. But we said, no. That allocation that you're going to be putting into ETH, put into Sol instead. We said it all the way back here. Sol was sitting at like $12 to $25, right? And this chart over here, guys, is Sol versus ETH. This isn't Sol. This is Sol versus ETH. Look at how Sol outperformed ETH drastically by 618%. And then we're not oracles. We can't see the future, but we can see the charts. The charts told us to start allocating into ETH at the right time. And boom, played out exactly like that. And again, the Sol ETH chart is showing weakness now, right? It's in a downtrend. So we were able to take advantage of the altcoins by simply saying we don't believe in altcoin season. And altcoins have done fantastic for us. Any questions on this, guys? I think this is a really important idea that people downplay too much, and they're always looking for, is XYZ coin going to go up? Is XYZ coin going to go down? And they miss these core fundamental ideas that are the real drivers of wealth creation. These ideas are the real drivers of wealth. I know they sound abstract. I know they sound confusing. I know they aren't definitive answers to questions that you guys may have. But if you really work on it, sit down and think about it, this is what makes money. Just realized my music stopped. What the hell? There we go. Okay, quiz for you guys. What does this tell you? What does Sui tell you? How's it going, Wolvie? Join just in time because I'm about to end the stream. Okay. Sonia! How's it going, Sonia? Good to see you in here. Guys, please welcome Sonia to the Mango live stream. She's a real life friend. Very, very dear to me. Sue, you might be done, says Sonia. Says Wolvie. Why do you think that? Gilbert says, did you talk about the ETF potential for ADA? No, I have not talked about the ETF potential for ADA because I had no idea that there was ETF potential. I know. Wait, wasn't there something in regards to ETF being approved and then denied? Blah blah blah. Irrelevant. None of it matters. ETF does not matter for Bitcoin in the short term. It does not matter for. Don't play it that way, guys. Don't play it that way. I'm going to have to take the other side on that, Wolves. It looks a bit concerning, definitely. But I feel this I have seen multiple times before. And I agree with you in that I'm going to turn on the music for a bit, at least on my end. I agree with you in that it's not confidence inducing based on lower time frames, right? But at the same time, okay, I'm going to hide my horizontals. If we get a monthly candle close into these wicks over here, okay, look at these wicks here from around 348 all the way up to 440, right? We have like 1 wick, 2 wicks, 3 wicks. We get a monthly candle close into that zone, you're going to see an explosive SUI move. And the thing is that we have only like the risk management on this is so easy. It's such a strong asymmetric trade, because how do we know we're wrong in this trade? Well, worst case, right, if you want to play it with a huge margin, you're looking at $2.70, right? But you could honestly exit if you get a monthly close underneath 322. That'd be fine. I'd go at least down to 308 though, right? So 308 to 277. That's the margin of error, right? But on the upside, look how asymmetric this trade is. You have this entire bull flag as a potential target. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark that out. Oops. Need the green line. There, got that. I'm going to mark it out here. So we're looking at $26 as this quick target. This target over here is all the way up to 44. I probably took the wick on that one, right? So look at that trade. That's a 10x. That's a 10x. So we put on this trade, and we don't do it based on a momentum trade, right? I talked about this idea. I don't know whether you caught that live stream. I think it was Exponent who asked this question, but we don't do it as a momentum trade. We do it kind of like how we played the Tesla trade. All right, similar story. Did the same thing, dude. The Tesla trade and the SUI trade are literally the same trade in terms of TA. But Tesla, I have like a 5-year view on it, right? SUI, I don't have a 5-year view on it. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. I know it's an L1, that's it. I'm just going to quickly use the washroom. I'll be back. But take a look at this chart. All right, I'm back. Would be more of a 3 to 4 month view. You talking about Sui? XLM asks a prod. Not bad. So how you picking your coins? Like, what's your initial framework that you're looking at when you say, okay, I like this coin? I'm talking to Wolvie. So let's go look at XLM in the meantime. Resistance here at 39 cents, needs to clear around 44 to 46 before I can look for further upside. On monthly, same story, hit all-time highs and found resistance at 53, needs to clear 44 before it can test 53. Until then, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to 30 cents. I don't think that happens because of the overall strength in the market that we're likely going to see. But there is resistance overhead on XLM. Wolvie says, I want it to be looking strong and at least potentially strong against Bitcoin. That's too vague. You need to give me a time frame. It can look strong in the lower time frames, in the daily, on the 12 hour, on the, for example, like here's a good example, right? I honestly think we need to be looking at altcoins on the monthly and be like, are they showing signs of strength? Because they can look really strong in the low time frames. I think that's where a lot of people missed out on the ETH trade as well, right? This is the monthly. Best looking crypto guy ever says it's 3 in the middle of the night here. Reason you don't see me much. You guys are fantastic. Him, I appreciate that, man. Going back to bed. Good night or morning or whatever. It's always morning in the Mango Grove, buddy. I've been looking at the daily to the 4-day. Yeah, I think that's a bit too low at the moment. I think biweekly is the minimum that you want to look at. How's Hype doing? It's not bad, man. These wicks are a bit concerning, but not bad. Tan says bought a modest position on XLM not long ago. This is a small bet to support Krisha and Mango. Go XLM and go Mango. Yeah, awesome. Oh, that's interesting. How's it going, Shark? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, the yearly looks good, Kusha. 3-month looks good too. Definitely interesting. Yeah, that's a great yearly close. It was a great vacation, guys. I'm feeling rejuvenated, refreshed. As you guys can see, I'm probably 2 hours into the stream now. No, I'm not sure actually. At least an hour. And I'm not actually feeling a new haircut. No. I just tied my hair differently because I was at the gym. I don't like my hair getting into my eyes. Oh, 75 minutes, eh? Yeah, sort of pull day. It was more of a pseudo circuit day, cause just getting back into it, you know. Look at this shot, guys. Look at this shot. I should probably pull up one of the yearly. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna pull up something for you guys if I can find it. Oh no. Okay. Do you guys remember the time I did the 12-month analysis on Bitcoin when we were sitting at like 17, 20K? Oh, those are good days. Damn it, can't find it. That was crazy, the kind of analysis we were doing back then. Those videos were great, eh? Show you guys a quick screenshot if it decides to. Oh, it was pacing. Do you guys remember these daily vids? I used to go through all of this. We were playing for the Kumo twist. Oh man, we worked hard, guys. We worked hard. It paid off. I'm going through all my notes that I did with you guys. Oh man. Yeah, this one too. I'm just going to post screenshots for old time's sake. Then we're going to wrap up the stream. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, now's the time to ask. I'm looking for a particular analysis we did on the yearly time frame. Oh my god. No way. Do you guys want to see something? No. Okay, you guys check this out. I'm gonna try to I found one of our daily videos called the Grand Plan. Do you want to see it? Wait, I can't see a chat. Do you guys want to see it? Okay. So, I mean, the whole thing was a grand plan, but look at here. I marked out, and this was back when Bitcoin was, what was Bitcoin's price? You can probably see it here, right? 16,000. Oh, wait, where'd it go? What the hell? Okay, why did I go for? Okay, you can see Bitcoin's price. 16,472. And look at what we marked out, 100K to 130K. Oh my God. Do you guys remember all of this? Go back and watch those videos, guys. Good times. Riza was back then because I found one of these one of my notes. There was a question from Riza, I believe. Was it Riza? Riza was you, right? Do you guys remember this? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. God, this is too needed. Do you guys remember this live stream? We had fun with it. I'm going through some nostalgia with you guys here. Guys, we call this so freaking to the point. It is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you guys something else. Like this has to be the peak of my career. I'm not going to ever do as good as I did. Look at this. We literally marked out a bull flag above the cloud. Back here, guys. Oh, dude, I'm extremely sentimental. Krisha knows this about me. We marked out the bull flag above the cloud. Let's go see how it played out. Come on. Don't flop on me now, TradingView. Okay. Here. Okay. I'm going to switch tabs. Actually, no, I'll just paste it here. Okay, get the coupon can stay aside. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in for you guys. So we marked out a move to the top of the cloud and a bull flag above the cloud. And how to go? Move to the top of the cloud, bull flag above the cloud. Right, I'll draw it out for you guys. Oh man. Oh man. And I said 20% range that we're going to be oscillating. Let's see if that played out too. Let's see. Let's take from wick to wick to be fair. Okay, I don't want to cheat. Wick to wick, 21%. 21%. Okay, and I said back here that we're going to oscillate in a 20% range. Oh, dude, this is ridiculous. I don't even know how I had the balls and to make those kind of predictions on daily videos. Because we were really grinding back then, right? Like we were working hard. Jesus Christ. Okay. let's wrap up on that note. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between the other communities and Mango. We may be a tiny and small community, but we actually effing make money in this community. Where are you from? Are you from the future? Sharky. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Wolvie said that was an amazing call. You've had some really good calls too, though, Wolvie. Your call at that 73K pickup right over here. That was great, man. Cheers, John. Cheers, Shark. See you guys in the next one. Keep it Mango. Keep it easy. Keep it stress-free. It's good to be back. If you guys have any questions, make sure you join the Grove. And hey, remember that we are running a discount at the moment for all of our products, including the Mango Seed program. And I often get the question, hey, Sean, should I get the Mango Seed or should I get the Mango Dynamic? Always pick your education. The Mango Seed program is priced intentionally lower than the Mango Dynamic for that very reason. Use the coupon code while you can. We extended because we were on vacation. B-Day 2025, B-Day 25. Love you all. See you in our Discord. Ciao.